Hello out there, this is Cammie White and you're listening to Rushdown Radio.
Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Rush Hour. I'm Michael.
And I'm Anthony.
Here we're going to talk about some of the garbage that has been spewed in the game industry over the last, 2 weeks or so?
Something like that.
Somewhere around there. It was a fortnight, if you will.
You can be better.
Why though?
You just have to choose to be better.
Why though? People come to this show to listen to me and you be completely ignorant.
I guess.
It's kind of one of our selling points.
A Fortnite joke?
I mean, we're going to talk about esports a little bit later, so
you're not
it's
wrong.
Foreshadowing.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right, guys. So we have a lot to talk about today because there's been a lot that popped out in like the last couple of weeks. There's only been like two really big things that just kind of happened in the same week. So there's a little small things here and there.
Yeah, so we'll discuss it.
Yeah. All right, so up first, we're going to talk about the fluffier stuff. I got one fluffy topic that I can find. Just one.
I mean, there's a couple other fluff stuff here.
I mean, yeah, but this is like super fluffy right here.
All right, go for it.
So, the Xbox Game Pass, they're trying to pump that up more and more people to actually go buy it because a lot of people don't have it right now. Because right now, it has a decent selection of games, but not enough to make you want to like purchase it and keep it to subscription for like a long period of time. So Xbox decides that, you know what, we need to get more JRPGs in our system. So they made a deal with Square Enix, and now you too will be able to play the best of the Final Fantasy series on your Xbox for free if you have Game Pass next year.
Yay! I mean, it's not a bad deal.
Because they sent the press release out and it said classic Final Fantasy coming to the Xbox on Game Pass. I'm like, classic? What do you mean? It was only 7 through 15.
Not the most classic, but I mean,
nowhere near
you get 7.
Yeah, true. I think it's probably the most classic of all of them. But you do get the the HD version of 8. So that's cool too.
Even though not a lot of people care for it. But you know, those are the purists speaking. I haven't really had hands on with it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't had hands on either, but what I've seen of it, I haven't liked, because what they did, which I didn't like, was they high-res the regular character models, but then some of the other character models, they're a part of the background, look like trash still. Ooh. So it looks weird. Like Squall looks incredible, but then some of the characters in the back look like trash. Ooh. So it's very jarring. I think it'll take a lot more money to like upscale the entire game. But, you know. And then there's 13 and 13-2 and then Violent Returns, which I bought a second time.
That's all you, buddy.
It's all me. I'm playing that again. No shame. Then there's 12 and then 10 and then 10-2.
Yeah, you can suffer through 10 and then play 12.
And then, so you guys 9, the other favorite everyone seems to salivate over.
Never played it.
You never played 9?
I've never played 9.
Wow, I thought you would love 9.
I've never played it.
Wow. Well, you could now if you get Game Pass.
I mean, that'll dethrone my favorite, but
of course not. That's why I was expecting to see like 4 on there or something at least. Like, I still want to play 4. I never beat it.
There's no 6.
No 6.
There's no 4.
No 5.
No 5.
5 was a good one. That game's hard though.
Yeah.
That game is brutally hard.
Because they were like, 4 is too easy. Oh yeah? Yeah? Alright.
5 was like soul crushingly hard. Like, I remember the fight with Shiva. Ugh. She beat my ass. And said, get out of here.
Just got to grind a little bit.
A little bit?
A teensy bit.
That game's a grind fest. I'm surprised that you put classic in the press release. I was like, what is classic about Final Fantasy 15?
Have you played it? It's amazing.
I have played it.
It's the greatest Final Fantasy
game. I beat that dumb game.
Whoa. That dumb game?
Begrudgingly, I beat that dumb game.
What, sir? That is a classic.
Classic where? Show it to me. I want to see it.
You know what? I think we're gonna get too tied up into what is a classic and what isn't a classic.
I know the 7 through 15 classic ones. They tried that one. All right, so that's kind of like my only super fluffy thing. So if you do have an Xbox, you can definitely. I would suggest getting it. I mean, even if you have Game Pass already, I would suggest if you don't, just get it because there's gonna be more stuff coming next year anyway. And if this is a sign of stuff coming, it's gonna be good stuff.
All right, so we're gonna do this like the news. So since we started with fluff, we're gonna go into something that's kind of blech.
Which is
Bobby Kotick.
Oh, I just watched that video too.
And how he thinks that it's wrong of gamers to demonize him.
I mean, he's done a lot wrong, so.
I mean, he somehow monetized Crash Team Racing.
That was so.
Way after it was released, which is
the
the Activision shuffle.
Like, wait for it. Wait for it now.
Flip the switch.
Flip the switch.
Flip it.
He probably has a big switch in his office. Oh God!
And it's just a switch with a $sign on it.
I'm not a fan of him really.
Call of Duty. He did that to Call of Duty.
Oh God!
Which, you know, I used to really like Call of Duty, but I have not really been into Call of Duty since like Black Ops 2.
I think the Black Ops 2 was probably the more popular one for a while too.
Yeah, because it was the closest to Modern Warfare, which is everybody's favorite.
Ah, yes. Okay, that
but
makes
then
sense.
they redid Modern Warfare, and now that I don't know how people are receiving it. I haven't really paid that much attention. I just know they're like, no more loot boxes. Now we have the Battle Pass.
Oh God, I hate that they're using no loot boxes as a selling point.
Right, we're in the age now where no loot boxes is something to rejoice. When it's like, how did we get here? Come on.
Oh God, it's coming full circle now. Bobby Kotick is pretty much a hack, and while I did agree with some stuff he said in that video you showed me about esports, some stuff I didn't agree with. Mainly him saying that these companies won't survive without like crossplay. Dude.
How do you think they've gotten here?
That's dumb. That's like saying Hulu won't survive unless they have crossplay with like Netflix or something.
These companies have survived this long without crossplay for 2 generations where it could have been possible. Do you think they're really hurting?
Nah. It's more of like here you go. Here's a bone for you players out there, but they don't need to do it.
Now, I could have been like accepting that a company will live and die by things like exclusives. That's reasonable.
That's real.
But
did you see the Sega Dreamcast? R.I.P. Sega Dreamcast.
More recently, have you seen the sales of the PlayStation 4?
Yeah, it's doing incredibly well.
Yes.
Have you seen the Switch sales?
Yes.
Switch is doing phenomenal. I think it's probably the best selling console they've ever came out with in the last
I think so. Well, I don't know if it's outpaced the 3DS yet.
Yeah,
or the Super Nintendo.
Well, it might have outpaced the 3DS. Remember, the 3DS wasn't selling well in like the first month.
Yeah,
first year.
They were like, "Hey, here's this Ambassador's Pass." And,
that was so good.
Yeah,
that was such a good
Mario.
That was such a good thing they did.
Yeah, I just wish they had put on more Game Boy Advance games. But you know what?
Yeah,
that's fine. The ones they had on there were pretty good.
Bobby Kotick's a hack. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. He's a hack.
He's trash, and we are not wrong. When you stop monetizing everything in the goddamn sun that you guys produce, when y'all eventually start making real games again, because let's face it, y'all portfolio looking a little slender.
Him being a part of the face of esports is very concerning because I feel like he's going to make it a way to monetize esports to a point where people are not going to want to be a part of it.
Get them fees, get them licenses.
Right? I don't like
taxes.
that. I don't like that. I don't want him being a part of this. But it's inevitable now since Overwatch is so big. And now part 2's coming out. You know, the game everybody loves.
Yay.
You seem so excited about this.
So excited.
All right, let's move on from Bobby Kotick.
All right, so now we gotta get a good fluff.
Yeah.
Let's go here. So, Pokemon.
Oh, that game.
So, Sword and Shield has been quite the polarizing topic, to say the least.
God.
And it got to a point where I currently have Sword and Shield, SH, SW. I have a lot of things just blocked on Twitter right now because I just got tired of it. They still find ways to sneak in there every now and again. And they've been doing all sorts of stupid stuff, like, you know, the casual racism where they're whitewashing Nessa.
Oh, God, I saw that. There's a mod for it. Yeah, I saw it. That was gross.
Yeah. People are like, I like this one than the other Nessa. You mean the original one?
The one they made for a reason?
But, you know, that, of course, Dexit. Or,
whoa.
Yes, Dexit.
Oh, God.
Well, I call it the culling. They call it Dexit, so that's what it is. It's
I like
Dexit.
culling better than Dexit. That whole Brexit thing has become like inside of the social consciousness to a point where people just throwing on everything now.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not okay.
Dexit. Come on now.
Let's see. The hashtags, thank you Game Freak, and subsequently Game Freak lied.
Game Freak lied.
There's a lot of stuff going on around the game. And of course, whenever you see people praising the game, it's like, you sheeple.
You shill.
It's like, just consume product.
Just
like, come on, man. Y'all read like a couple books and was like, I'm sorry, I don't clap my seal hands and consume product.
Where did this come from? Wait. Where did this consumer product thing come from?
I don't know. I'm sure it's like a movie. I forget the exact place it started from, but you know how people like see product, consume product, and it's like it's like anti-capitalist and shit. But you know what?
Consume product. I like that.
It opened up in their weekend with 6 million copies sold.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Now, that makes this the biggest opening for a Pokemon game. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but if I'm not, I think it's the biggest opening for a Switch game yet.
I think it probably is the Switch. I think you might have that. I don't think any other game for the Switch has sold that much opening weekend.
So,
people were ready for this game.
I guess people are consuming product.
Consume product. I'm going to start saying that now.
You shill. Consume product.
Oh God, that's so funny. Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you good?
I've got this. Okay, so I think that this game had a lot to offer as far as like innovation that it didn't have in previous games, especially being able to customize your own character. Like that was a big, people don't understand how big of a deal that is for people. People love customizing characters. People love making their own avatar. That's a selling point for a lot of people. Have you seen any people put they trainer cards up now? Like people are really into this. And we'll say the trainer cards are cute. Like, that was a good idea.
So the consume product is just a meme thing.
So
don't ask questions, just consume product, then get excited for next product.
Is that me with Falcom?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Consume product.
Yes, it is.
I don't even care. I consume just about all their products.
Well, I mean, if you're happy.
I am thoroughly happy.
That's the thing. People are like, don't ask questions, just consume. Like, bro, if y'all got a problem with the game, cool. But don't shit on a parade of people who ain't got those same problems.
Like, I don't, like people who like, for instance, Final Fantasy 15. I don't go around and say that game is terrible. Like, I don't go out of my way to shit on it. Like, it shits on itself, first of all. But then again, like, if you enjoy it, then great. I want you to continue to enjoy it. But I'm not going to go out of my way to like, some of these people are just young. But you know what's the worst part about this? The older people, the people in their 30s, they're the worst. They're the worst. Absolute worst. Every group I'm in on Facebook as far as video games that talk about Pokemon, it's a shit show. It's usually older people. Like, dude, you're 35. Chill out, please.
This is still a kid's game. I know you wanna hatch your eggs, you wanna get your IVs, you wanna do that's fine. But this game is not completely for you, man.
It's really not. They're like, hey, just because it's for kids, it means it can't be good. I'm like, Who says it's not good for kids though? Like, you're placing your adult mind on a game that's not even made for you in the first place.
But who cares? It sold 6 million, so fuck them.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Donked on.
Donked on them. Consumer product. I am not leaving that alone. That's like I might call this episode Consumer Product.
Oh my
You know
God.
what? That's it. This is an episode called Consumer Product. All right. What's our next topic?
All right, so that was the happy. So we gotta go to a sad.
Okay.
Because we're doing this like the news.
Okay.
Kojima. He doesn't think the West understands Death Stranding.
Oh my God. So how is that even possible when that game has all those award nominations? But we'll get into that later.
Look, man, just because you played the game doesn't mean you understand the game.
Oh my God. He's making a game about Americans for Americans, telling America they don't understand the game. Come on.
Well, that's because, it hasn't exactly gotten universal praise.
What?
So
all I've seen has been universal. I'm really going.
I mean, some people have said it's boring. Some people said that all you do is deliver stuff. It's just.
I'm gonna go on Metacritic.
All right.
I need to see what the
to get to what Kojima said is that the reason that there were more critical reviews in the U.S. was perhaps Death Stranding is, quote, a difficult game to understand for a certain type of audience.
Oh, you trying to say we stupid?
Kojima said American gamers enjoy first-person shooters, which Death Stranding isn't, and that it flies higher than FPS games.
Ooh.
Death Stranding's very original nature may have come more appreciated by Italian and French gamers, he continued, because they have a different artistic sensibility than Americans.
Ooh, Kojima is literally saying, you stupid cucks, you dirty American swine, you don't understand my art that I made for you. You know how condescending that is, that he just said that? Like, I couldn't be a fan of somebody who literally said I'm stupid.
Oh, wait, hold it. Okay, the fly higher thing. Apparently, that was a misquote, and what he said exactly was that in America, there are a lot of FPS fans. Maybe those fans are saying this is like a different game and are not rating it very high.
I don't think that's the case.
Either way you say it.
Either way you say it's still condescending garbage coming from him. This is art. This is an art game. You don't understand art, obviously.
I have watched a lot of Death Stranding.
It's a definitely good way to consume that game. Consume.
And I'm actually a little glad I didn't buy that day one like I thought I was.
You were about to be on that bandwagon with the rest of them.
I was about to consume product. But I watched a lot of gameplay of it, and whoo!
Is there gameplay?
It's not for me. It is not for me. It's like one of the things I hated about Breath of the Wild, but the whole game surrounding it.
Ooh, that's not gonna work for you.
Like, one of the things I hated about it was traversal, right?
Mm.
This game has hyper realistic traversal. Like, my mans can trip over a rock and like all the stuff just comes tumbling down.
Oh no.
And some of it's unrealistic, like a motorcycle can get stuck on a rock. This game has a lot of rocks.
Okay. So
but, man, maybe there was some meaning behind the rocks. I just didn't.
Yeah, it's an art game. Like, it's art. It's living art, and you don't understand it because you're an obvious plebeian.
Yeah.
With your stupid American mind. Even this game's made, and like the game is framed in an American like sensibility. So,
well, guess I'll go ahead and play my first person shooters.
Yeah,
play my Borderlands and my Call of Duty.
I hate the way you said Call of Duty. I hate it. Oh God, I hate it. I can't believe that we're even.
Eyes can't understand Death Stranding, but eyes understand a shotgun. Woo!
Not eyes. You said eyes understand. Now you're going to a whole other place.
Woo!
I just. How condescending can you be?
Yippee-ki-yay.
Like, he's being awarded, he's being nominated all these awards for this game, and people are salivating. People really salivate over this game for months.
How many Americans are salivating? You're thinking about the Italians and the French.
Look, Jeff Keighley is at home right now doing things to his body to this game. So,
Ooh, I don't like that image. Ooh, I don't like that.
Speaking of which, this game would probably be much more well received by me if we could see dude's nuts, but we can't. Because why dude's peeing for some reason you can't see is so stupid. Yep. It's not lewd enough for me. That's not realistic.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next piece after that.
Okay.
Fallen Order.
Yay!
EA's Star Wars game that we were all scared about.
Scared you.
Actually pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good. It used to be unanimously. I'm surprised that game didn't get any nominations for the Game Awards.
I think it just came out too late. Like it might get it the next year, but who knows? I don't know. It's like a.
I mean, Death Stranding came out too.
Oh, you right.
Like Death Stranding came out like a week before, or maybe a week after, but no, a week before.
Ooh, that's a little suspicious.
Yeah, like.
Ooh. Maybe Jeff Keighley wants to apologize to Kojima because he couldn't get that award from the other year.
Oh my god. He's literally, you know, I'm not going to even go that far to be that gross about this. Just know that Jeff Keighley.
Look, man, we save all that for later.
Oh, you know I got it for later.
So, but yeah, Fallen Order is really good.
It's really good.
I would actually tell people to buy this game.
Yeah, I want to buy. If I didn't have such a lot of stuff on my plate right now, I would definitely would buy day one because I was looking at like this looks good.
Like I got a couple hours of gameplay in it, and
they made a good first. I mean, action adventure game that's not full of loot boxes.
And everybody's like, "This is like Dark Souls. This is like Dark Souls." Relax. This game is not that difficult unless you want it to be, because it does have difficulty settings,
which is good.
And I mean, having to be methodical and thoughtful is not indicative of a Dark Souls game.
It's really not,
bro. How long have you had to do that stuff? Like over the years?
Have you not played Ninja Gaiden, the original one, where the first ninja you fight will put you on your ass and kill you? Like, I don't get why Dark Souls. Well, it's because Dark Souls is super popular. People forgot. Remember back in the day when Ninja Gaiden came out and people tell how hard that game was, which it is. Mm-hmm. It ain't easy. It's super hard.
But you know, I mean, let's just keep salivating over Dark Souls. That's fine.
Yes, Dark Souls is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls.
I mean, consume product. That's cool.
I'm thinking this is a win for. Didn't EA?
EA published this.
Wow,
Respawn made it.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains all of it.
Yeah.
But
for those who don't know who Respawn is, they had to make us a Titanfall.
Yeah, a really good game.
Titanfall 2 is anyway.
I'm proud of them because EA didn't go and EA it up.
They really could have. They could have loot boxes with lightsaber colors.
Oh god,
you could have bought skill points.
More skins. They could have gave him a Luke Skywalker skin, which I'm not opposed to.
I mean,
if y'all about that life, y'all
I think now if they had microtransactions, people would buy them.
If there's like cosmetic
it's a good
stuff,
game.
Yeah, if it's like cosmetic stuff, like you can wear like I don't know what's that guy's name. What's his name? Your favorite.
Kylo Ren?
Yeah, like a Kylo Ren like skin or something. That would be so good.
Don't say that, because if they put a Kylo Ren skin in here, that's a bot. That's it. That's it.
Like, give me
a... It didn't even have a season pass.
It did?
It just,
it didn't?
No.
Oh, wow.
It's just a game.
Well,
I'm not even sure if it had a deluxe edition.
I hope it sells well.
If it did, I think... I do too. I really, as much as we give EA trash, I really hope this game sells incredibly well and shows them that, yeah,
people like single player games. We like single player experiences without having to be online or lots of loot boxes and microtransactions. Like, just come out with a game. That's it. People will buy it. If they didn't see that with Spider-Man, I don't know what they could possibly see, but I think now they get it. At least hopefully if people buy it. But who knows? We don't know the numbers yet. Because I'm sure if they had like a whole bunch of numbers like Pokemon, it probably came out saying, we sold all these copies.
Oh, yeah.
So, hopefully it sold enough.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking at the deluxe edition. There's no season pass, and you just get some pre-order cosmetic DLC.
Good.
Which, I guess, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not as...
It's not as egregious as it has been.
Oh, God. Because they've been on... right, good job for EA. This is a win for them.
Finally.
It took them 10 years?
Now maybe hell will really ice over and Bethesda will come out of nowhere with
That ain't never
good.
gonna happen.
But speaking of trash companies, we're going to get into the big stuff now.
Okay.
Google.
Oh, the Stadia. Let's talk about that.
You keep saying Stadia.
I'm going to keep calling it the Stadia. I don't care if it's a Stadia. Stadia sounds stupid.
They both sound stupid.
That is also true.
All right, so I guess
Stadia just sounds more sophisticated.
I guess tomato here.
It really is that right now. But the Stadia consumer product.
Oh, God.
What?
I mean, not a lot of people consume this one, apparently. Them sales are low.
They're below expectations, honestly.
And who would blame them? So, first of all, game streaming only works in kind of theory. Like, when it works.
So,
but when it don't.
Let's backtrack. Let's give people, the history of what this thing is.
Yes.
For those who are not aware, who didn't read your article about it.
In the before time, Google decided they wanted to get in on the gaming industry pie. Mind you, they've tried VR, they've tried AR, augmented reality, for those who don't know that one.
Mm-hmm.
They've tried all sorts of things. Like, there is a site dedicated to all the services Google used to have but have killed off. That means Google has so many services that a website was needed so you can keep up with.
To archive it?
Yes. I want to see, you know what? We're going to look that up right quick. I think it's called the Google Graveyard.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, Killed by Google, the Google Graveyard.
That's a name.
All right, so let's see. Oh, God, there's 191 things here. And 157 of services.
Yeah, you could put the Google Plus in there too.
Let's see. We got the Google Clips, the Google Daydream, the Chromecast Audio.
What?
The Chromebook Pixel, the Google Nexus, the Google Wallet Card, the Nexus Player, the Google Glass Explorer Edition.
Oh, Google
the
Glass.
Google TV, the Google Mini. Oh God, that's so much stuff.
That's a lot. They just throw things at the wall and see what sticks, honestly.
The YouTube for Nintendo 3DS was Ario. I don't know what that's about. Oh, that's right. Allo is dead, even though I used that.
What is that?
Allo is basically Google's answer to FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I actually didn't know that they killed that one off.
Don't they have Duo now?
I think that's what it is now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Google Hangouts. Google.
They killed Google Hangouts?
Yep, Google Hangouts is dead.
Dang.
Google Cloud Print. Hangouts on Air. Google Translator Toolkit. Google Bulletin.
What was Google Bulletin?
Google Bulletin was a hyper-local news service where users could post news from their neighborhood and allow others in the same areas to hear those stories. It was almost 2 years old.
Wow.
Damn, it came so... oh, God. YouTube Messages. YouTube Game... oh, God. YouTube Gaming. I mean, why would you... look... I don't understand why they even did that.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yes. Google Plus.
Yep, I remember that.
YouTube annotations, which were actually really useful.
Yeah.
Point is, a lot of dead stuff here.
On a side note, Google Plus hurt our website for a while because we were using Google Plus was helping us get traffic and stuff. We were using Blogspot all those years ago. Just a little anecdote. That's probably why I switched to WordPress, which has been really great. Thank you guys for voting our website. We don't even put stuff up. That's awesome.
You are.
But back to Google and the Stadia.
I'm still looking at all this. There's so much stuff here.
The Stadia gonna be on there too soon. Watch.
Hey man, I say give it a year.
You know, it's funny. I remember when they came out with that what was it? That beta test to play. What was it? Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the browser thing.
And it looked so cool.
It did. And that was the precursor to this Stadia garbage.
Which looked so bad. Because they tried to okay, let's see all the things they did that were red flags.
Okay.
They said that you could stream it on any device, which means that they wanted us to believe that a phone could natively play 4K resolution games like Mortal Kombat 11 which is currently one of the best looking games on the market.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking like how you could play fighting games on this. And to people who, play fighting games, that's absurd. Shooting games, same thing. That's insane.
Very.
Just all types of stupid stuff, man. So they were like that, and everybody was skeptical. So then they started making up terms like negative latency, where
the
algorithm or whatever program they were going to have, some machine learning was going to predict things like your input, so that if you were going to do something, like if it made sense for you to go left and you hit left, you were already putting that input in from there because of negative latency.
That sounds a little bit like, what you call it?
Rollback netcode? Yeah, that's pretty much the basis.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm like, that
but they have to name it something totally different because it sounds so cool.
They could just ask GTPO to help them with the netcode, because I'm sure it would have helped.
Let's see. Another big concern people had were like data caps.
Yep, that's a huge one, honestly.
And Google, in their infinite wisdom, said that ISPs are in the business of keeping their customers happy.
Get out of here.
So they believe that, let's say Comcast was just going to be like, wow, people are really using a lot of Stadia. Maybe we should just remove the caps. They don't know how internet service works.
Have they ever had ISP before?
We don't do things like choose Comcast because we want to. Nobody wants to.
No, it's a monopoly most of the time.
The internet service providers have gotten together and realized, hey, instead of competing with each other, let's just slice up the country however we see fit, and we just control this territory.
Yep.
They're basically the mafia.
The mafia of internet.
And of course, you got smaller services like Verizon and AT&T, but they're more like subsidiaries of the grander mafia at hand.
Yeah,
here.
like RCN is like that small little like niche company that's there, but it's hard to find, and they don't serve a lot of places. And definitely, if a place already has Comcast, you're definitely gonna be able to use RCN.
No, like I'm stuck with Comcast because that's all I got.
I was lucky to be able to get RCN my building, because there's part of it is my last building had nothing but Comcast. They were saying, we don't know if we can get RCN here. I'm like, what do you mean? It serves this area, but not this building. So even they have like specific buildings that only use certain ISPs too.
Which is whack.
Super whack.
So Google thought that these were the type of people who are going to be like, you know what? Let's just get rid of data caps. Especially with things like, net neutrality gone for now.
Just for now. You know what would be a better idea for them to do is talk to the company before he came out with this thing. Google's a big enough company, like, hey guys, if a person, you know what they would have done? If a person had a Stadia, they could have just had like a Stadia package with their ISP. That would have been a little smarter.
That would have been a nice little bonus. I mean, you would have had to pay more for it, but I mean... speaking of a payment plan. So not only do you have to pay money to get the 4K 60 frames per second resolution, you have to pay like $10 a month for that. Okay,
just to get regular quality, standard quality of what you're looking for these days?
Well, no. Oh, yeah, because the 1080p 60 frames was free, but you have to pay $10 a month for the 4K resolution. And people are like, okay, I guess, all right, as long as it comes with the games. And they were like, what? No, you have to buy those.
You got to pay about 60 bones for these games.
So you still have to pay full price
for old games.
Seriously, they were coming out. The lineup. They only have one exclusive.
Oh, yeah, I was reading about that exclusive. I heard it's decent, but not a console seller.
Oh, I'm sure. But let's take a good look at the list of Google Stadia games.
Yeah, we'll
get into we're currently talking about what made them fail, and we'll talk later about how they failed.
That's gonna be fun.
We got Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We got Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle.
Wait. You talking about that game that Kotick came out with?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Baldur's Gate.
Which one?
3? Oh, this is going to be the newest one. All right, so no, this isn't the launch. This is stuff that they're coming out with eventually.
Yeah. All right. It'll get canceled.
Give me a launch date. That launch games. Come on. There we go. Okay. Destiny 2.
That game been out for how long?
Hey, at least that one's free.
Well, that's free?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Metro Exodus, Mortal Kombat 11, Thumper, Borderlands 3, Guilt, Samurai Showdown, Farmer Simulator 19.
You know people love those similar games.
You know what? The point is, their launch... Dude, they had Wolfenstein Youngblood on here. That game was ass. Point is, not a great lineup.
Not a great launch of games. Like, they don't have, first of all, have enough exclusives, because that's, like, important. Second of all, they're really banking on the idea that people are going to have good enough internet to be able to play this game in 4K. Like, just because you pay the money to get the 4K experience doesn't mean you actually be able to get the 4K experience because of your ISP you have.
And then, of course, there was them going to be missing features at launch.
Oh, they had so many features that they promised and didn't even be able to, like fulfill.
Buddy Pass. That was a big one people didn't like, because if you got the Founders Edition, you had the Buddy Pass so somebody can play Stadia for 3 months, which is kind of how you establish a player base, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. What else they didn't have on launch? I remember I was watching that video you sent me about all those wrong with the launch. Man,
it's so much that you just forget some of the stuff.
This is just a bad idea all the way. This reminds me. You remember back in the day, you had like Sega Channel and stuff? This reminds me of that. It actually worked, actually.
What?
Remember Sega Channel?
Oh, okay.
This reminds me of that.
Oh dear.
I'm aging myself a little bit by saying that, because I'm sure people are like, what is Sega Channel? Google it.
Okay.
Google is your friend.
So here we go. We're going to see all the stuff that they were missing.
Okay. I'm sure there's plenty of like coverage and journalist exposés about this thing, because there was so much media coverage about this thing for like the last couple of months.
Blah.
Negative latency.
Stream Connect, which means if people are streaming the game, you won't be able to connect and play with them.
Well, that's cool.
Stat Share, which is pretty much trophies.
Okay.
So, and crowd play. I don't know what that all is about. So the multiplayer and social features are no.
Or no.
Only the Chromecast Ultra that came with the Stadia controller can play Stadia right now. So if you already own a Chromecast Ultra, you cannot get Stadia on it right now.
Okay, that sucks.
Family sharing will not be there. The Buddy Pass will not be there. And they said it's coming in the coming weeks. And some others features are coming at the end of the year.
They patching this stuff in?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've more or less set the stage for why Stadia is going to fail.
Yeah.
And boy, did it fail. Harder than we expected. First of all, latency. That thing. Yeah.
It's pretty buggy as far as it comes to like the input lag between you pressing a button and then your actual character actually doing something.
Now, some people have reported that if you use the Stadia controller, it's fine. But if you use any other controller, especially on a PC, nah, you ain't getting nowhere with that.
Yeah, I think the reason we're having is because the Stadia uses like wireless to your router and stuff, versus a regular controller uses like maybe Bluetooth or something.
Yeah, the Stadia one is hooked up to Wi-Fi, so I guess it gets better input.
Yeah, supposedly, allegedly.
Oh, and those Chromecast Ultras, they are overheating.
I love. Why do I laugh at stuff overheating for some reason? I know why. It's Xbox 360 when it was overheating.
Like
I found that really funny back in the day.
So for a service that's like you don't need any hardware, the hardware is overheating, guy. My guy.
Did they not test that?
I don't think so. Even though the problem had been reported before, where if Chromecast Ultras was streaming like Netflix in 4K, then it would overheat. So this is an existing problem,
and they didn't fix it ahead of time before the launch of a big console release.
Some people aren't even getting their Founders Edition codes to get Stadia up and running. And, it's a mess.
It's just a shit show.
And I feel like if Stadia had given us another year, maybe two, maybe it really could have been something.
They should have launched it somewhere else first, in another country who has a better infrastructure when it comes to the internet. Like, this was not the place.
This is the biggest problem. Our infrastructure for internet is ass.
Very, very.
And what you're asking people to do is stream entire games
in 4K. You know how much memory and stuff takes?
It was doomed from the start.
Like, you're talking gigs and gigs of memory you gotta, like, stream at one time to play at one game. And most ISPs cap their stuff at, like, maybe, a few gigs?
Oh, but they're going to give it up. It's fine. They're going to be like,
no.
They're still playing Stadia. Let's be nice.
That's not how this works. Unless they're getting a cut of this or some type of incentive, they're not going to start, like, opening up the caps to, like, larger things for the memory on your ISP. That's stupid. Why would... And the funny thing is the fact that Google has such a big hold on the marketplace overall in, like, the entire world. You would think they would have made such a deal beforehand. Like, but
time out.
What?
So just to give you guys an idea of how much data Stadia consumes.
Ooh.
They're talking 100 megabytes a minute at 1080p.
Whoa!
And that is at 1080p.
That's not even 4K. 100 megabytes a minute. Yo.
So here's some numbers.
Okay.
This is from VentureBeat. So here's them tracking the usage. They played Red Dead Redemption 2 at 1080p 60 on Stadia for 13 minutes. Now, the data usage total was 1.55 gigabytes.
That's a lot. That's not even.
It took up 119 megabytes a minute.
Wow. That's not even 4K. That's not the thing that you promised originally. So you think that those companies can be like, you know what? This 4K, I don't know how much the 4K takes up. I'm curious now. Because that 1080 is a lot in itself. What if it's a gig a minute for 4K? I wouldn't be surprised.
Fam.
What?
Streaming at 4K will require 15 gigs of data per hour.
Wow. That's their whole month's bandwidth probably. Oh no, that's not going to work for the ISPs. Oh no.
At the minimum quality, it's still 4.5 gigabytes.
Yikes. An hour? And just imagine if you play maybe a decent session of whatever game for like maybe 3 hours.
Now, to be fair, there's a lot of variables in here. Some people are reporting 10 gigabytes an hour.
That's a lot.
There's a lot of the general area per hour is 10 to 15 gigabytes an hour.
That's a lot. Okay. And you mean to tell me they think that these companies are going to be okay with...
I don't know what y'all data caps at, but ooh.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
I don't even think that's going to work for most business class internet.
Nope. So this is a dumb idea all the way through. They didn't think this through that much.
I really feel like this is something they should just kept in the oven for a while. But no, y'all had to try and fight xCloud.
Like, you know what I would have done with this? I would have definitely, like, beta tested for, like, a few years with, like, I don't know, with businesses or somebody who has the infrastructure and the internet to actually play it, and then launch it to consumers after that. Like, maybe a couple years down the line. But no, they don't want to do that. No. They won't give people garbage hardware and make a quick buck and then be done with it. But I'm pretty sure they probably lost money on this. All the marketing they've done and all the, like, deals they had to make to get the games on there and licensing and all that stuff. They pretty much didn't make much, if anything, from this.
I don't think they did, man.
Yeah. Stadia is a complete mess. I'm glad Capcom had nothing to do with this.
They sure were talking about, yeah, we'll give you a game or two.
Probably not anymore. Dummies. All right.
Oh, well.
Are you ready to move on from the Stadia to our main event?
Oh, dear. Yeah, let's go.
I am too ready. Let me pull this up on our website.
Michael is pissed, by the way. This was Michael's segment.
Very much so a lot of feelings because when I looked at that, okay, so just for everybody to know, this next segment is going to talk about the Game Awards 2019. We're only going to exclude certain awards, which is going to be the fighting game and the esports stuff. We're going to talk about that on our other podcast. So Make sure you just tune into that too for our other views on that.
So Michael can be angry at 2 different podcasts.
Yes. Literally 2 podcasts worth of me being angry. Go to our website.
So if that's what you come for, if that's your kink.
Really? If that's your kink?
Hey, we don't kink shame here.
I mean, we don't, but I don't want to be somebody's kink of me being angry.
We'll discuss this off podcast.
Wow. Okay, so some highlights, because I'm about to read my article, some of it. So let's see. Some of the biggest people that are going to be getting like multiple nominations is Death Stranding, Sekiro, and The Outer Worlds, which I was surprised that game.
You mean Death Stranding, the game that Americans didn't like?
Yeah.
And Sekiro. I'm surprised enough people played it to the end to be able to nominate it, but not a bad game. Nah. Surprisingly published by Activision without a single microtransaction.
So how do you want to go through this? You want to go through award by award that we actually care about?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so I'm going to start from the top and go down. All right, so let's go with the biggest award of the night, which is Game of the Year. We have Control, woo!
All right.
Death Stranding, Smash Bros,
hey,
Resident Evil 2,
hey,
Sekiro,
yeah,
and The Outer Worlds.
All right.
This wasn't a bad category. I thought this was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I think
I would pick Smash Bros.
Really?
I would.
I'm rooting for Control. I want to see an indie developer win this. So I always want to see.
I'm only not picking Control because I've never played it.
I haven't played it either, but from what I've seen of it and what I've read about it, I'm liking that. I want to buy it, but I don't have the time. Like I have that's the worst part being an adult. You have the money to buy games more than you ever did before.
But
you don't have the time. This is probably the least offensive of all the awards, I think. Okay, best game direction: Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, and Outer Worlds.
All right. Same as the first one, whatever that means.
Pretty much. For game direction, I'm going to maybe give that to either Sekiro or Resident Evil 2.
I'm saying RE2 for that one.
Yeah, I think they did a good job with the direction of that game. Best narrative: The Outer Worlds, Disco Elysium, Death Stranding, Control, and The Plague Tale: Innocence.
Well, Disco Elysium is probably where I'm going to go with that one. That is such a wacky game.
I've seen it. I'm like, what is this?
I'm with it. I'm saying Disco Elysium for that one.
I'm gonna go Control.
All right.
For that one, I like the story. Now that I did read, so I'm kind of down with that. All right, best art direction. Let's see. We have Control, Death Stranding. Death Stranding's in there for art direction. Okay, Grease or Grice. I'm not sure which way.
Oh, Gris.
Gris. Okay, Gris. Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sekiro, and Zelda Link's Awakening. Well,
we already know what you picked.
We know what I picked because if you haven't seen already, I have a whole video about that one game. So
that game being Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Yes, that game. I think that's one of the most.
Honestly, after watching it, I'm gonna have to go with that. That game is
you need to
stylish.
You need to play it. Why haven't you played it yet? It's so quick. You won't even. It takes you like 2 hours to beat it.
Fine.
You should play it. You should play it.
You
should play it.
It's fine. All right. Yeah.
Let's see. Best music score. Let's see. We have Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding,
of course,
DMC 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts. I'm going Sayonara Wild Hearts. That soundtrack is incredible.
What are the songs? What do we got there?
Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding, DMC 5, and Kingdom Hearts 3.
You're not gonna like this.
What was that?
DMC 5.
You are trash.
I'm sorry.
You are garbage.
That music was for me.
Even the theme song?
Not the theme song.
Okay. I'll accept that because the actual soundtrack's good. It's that theme song.
Because, man, when V starts getting his music going.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
Yo.
That's pretty good. All right, let's see. Best audio. Do you care about this one?
Not really.
All right, let's skip that one.
Like, I don't care how good your footsteps are.
Best performance. This is best voice actor.
All right.
Let's see. Norman Reedus in Death Stranding.
That shouldn't even count. He's playing himself. But, all right.
Matthew Pereda in Control. Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff in Death Stranding. So I have two people from the same game. Okay.
Of course.
Laura Bailey, woo, for Kate Diaz. Oh yeah, Kate Diaz in Gears 5. Courtney Heepa's Jesse Fodden for Control. I'm guessing that's the main character. Let's see, Ashley Birch as Parvati Holcomb in Outer Worlds. I'm probably butchering these names, but I don't care. They'll be fine. You can watch the actual award and see who wins this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I'm only going to go with Laura because she's a legend and she deserves all the awards.
I'm going to go with Norman Reedus.
That's not bad. I mean, he
didn't do bad.
He's being himself in the game.
Right. Just be Norman Reedus. That's all Kojima said to be you. Got it.
Let's see. Games with impact. Oh, so that must be the games that like.
Those are the feels games.
Yeah. Do you care about this category?
I sure don't.
All right. Best ongoing game. Games and services, which it should be called.
All right. Let's get this one out the way.
Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Final Fantasy 14 because it's the least egregious one.
Yeah. Best indie game. This one upset me.
All right. Why this?
There's something missing from this category.
Is it Sayonara Wild
Yes,
Hearts?
it is.
All right, go ahead. What do we got?
We got Baba Is You.
Trash.
Disco Elysium.
Pretty good.
Katana Zero.
Really good.
Outer Wild. Sorry, I was going to say Outer Zero. You know, the other game. Untitled Goose Game. If Untitled Goose Game wins,
I feel like it's going to. But
it's such a meme game.
I honestly, I would flip a coin to see between Disco Elysium and Katana Zero.
So, Sayonara Wild got completely snubbed in that category. Of all the categories they could have been in, and then what they did was so disrespectful. But next category, Best Mobile Game.
Go for it.
Call of Duty Mobile. Grindstone. Sayonara Wild Hearts, because, yeah.
I mean, of course.
Sky, Children of Light, and What the Golf.
What the what?
What the Golf.
What the fuck is What the Golf?
It's the golf game. Now, the fact that Sayonara Wild Hearts was snubbed in the indie category but was relegated to the mobile category is so wrong.
Yeah, I'm not going to choose that category.
That was just so disrespectful.
I mean, I'll choose Sayonara Wild Hearts for your sake, but I mean, like, I got, like, no connection there.
Why would they even, like, I'm so, like, why? Like, why would they put that game there? Like, it's an indie game! It literally is an indie game. And they decided, like, oh, it's not an indie game enough. It's not indie enough for an indie category. So let's just put it in the mobile category, which nobody cares about. Like, that's the fact that there's no Final Fantasy games in the mobile category also upsets me. Like, have you played Omni, the Stadia game?
I have.
That game is really good.
It is.
Like, it's one of the best, like, mobile games that come out.
I feel like the only thing I'm grateful for is that no gacha games got in there.
Well, yeah. That's probably the only thing. We escaped that fate. Best community support. Do you care?
No.
Let's skip the VR game. Best action game. Oh, that's your category.
All right, let's go.
Apex Legends.
Trash.
Astro Chain. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Oh God. He said, oh, ooh, ooh. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm sorry. That's who I am.
Oh, whew. Okay. All right, I'm back. Because I was gone for a second.
You good?
I'm good. My soul left my body after you said that. Okay.
It's really a podcast if you don't leave for a minute.
You know, you're right. You're right. Okay. What's next? DMC 5,
All right.
Gears 5, and Metro Exodus. I think it's a decent category.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty decent.
I mean, I ain't picking DMC 5.
Why not? You love that game.
It's all right. I like a third of it.
You gonna play Astro Chain? We're gonna say Astro Chain?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Clearly won't be Call of Duty because you already gave the vomit noise. All right, next category. Best action adventure game.
The fact that there's action game and action adventure game is like, come on, man.
What do you expect?
Well, what do we got?
We got Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Link's Awakening, and Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
I'm picking. No, hold on. Because I almost said I'm just gonna pick Borderlands 3.
We love that game.
I do. It's really good.
I'm shocked you didn't really get into Sekiro. Like I thought that would be like right up your alley.
I'm alright, man. Look, I can only let so many games stress me out.
That game will stress you out. Like I watch somebody play it, I'm like, I'm stressed out just watching it.
Now, mind you, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I think it's a good game, but just like I'm not a person who thinks every game has to be for every person. This game is not for me, and I think that's fine.
That is
for the people who it's for. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, but it was definitely stressful for some boss fight.
Man, I was like, nah, I'm all right.
I love that one like clip that came around where that one dude was flying in and he just started yelling and then he just cut you down. I'm like, what is this game?
Yeah, I was like, all right, this is clearly not for me, but I hope what it is for, have fun.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Okay, for me, I might pick either Resident Evil 2 or Control for best action adventure game.
If you ain't playing Resident Evil 2 with the lights off, then
that won't be me. I'm playing all the lights gonna be on in my house.
Jesus Christ.
All right, this category really upset me. Probably second most. That's best RPG. Now, if anybody knows me, they know one thing about me. I play RPGs. Like I does this. This is my life. So we got Disco Elysium, okay, indie game.
All right.
Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And Outer Worlds. So you mean to tell me you're gonna put a expansion pack as a game of best RPG? Because mind you, I think last year it won best RPG too. Or was it best I know it won something last year.
Look, man,
for Monster Hunter.
I don't remember what Monster Hunter did last year,
but I remember it won something big last year for the Game Awards, which was fine. But you're gonna nominate a expansion pack as best RPG. We had a year of all the RPGs that came out this year.
I'm sure it's pretty expensive.
I don't even. And then Kingdom Hearts 3, the same year we had all these RPGs that came out this year. You couldn't give like at least one. Oh, like I was so angry at that. Like as much as I love Trails of Cold Steel, I know that they don't have the hype machine behind them to get nominated. Because part of this is like hype and notoriety and all that good stuff. And I know Falcon doesn't have that. Like their community is really small, so them getting nominated for like this is almost next to never going to happen. But still, Iceborne.
Yeah, I don't know why they would choose Iceborne.
Final Fantasy 14 on MMO. Like, come on now. Like, come on. Like, oh my god, I was like, y'all even try. There was some RPGs came out. The one thing I was mad about, they didn't even nominate Indivisible for nothing. It got snubbed. Is whack. It got snubbed from every category that could have been in.
Is whack.
It could have got nominated for best indie game or best RPG.
Yo, what else didn't get nominated for nothing?
What?
Bloodstained.
Yes. How? It could have got nominated for best RPG or best indie game or best action adventure game. But no, it didn't get nominated. That game's phenomenal. That game's, oh my god, that game is so good.
Well, here's the thing, right? And this is just what I honestly feel. In the last 2 years that I've been watching the Game Awards, I have not watched the Game Awards for the awards.
Yeah, me neither.
I could care less. I've been watching to see trailers, to see announcements, to have Nintendo lie to me. So therefore, and for the few hype moments they have, like that one guy who was really excited to talk about A Way Out.
Yeah,
he was really excited about that.
He really was.
I like that guy.
I do like the fact that what's that award? Not the award. That game. Oh, I can't think of the name of it. The one that had, but they'll talk about mental illness and stuff. I can't think of the name of it.
The dragon named Kids?
No. It was an action adventure game. The girl had like type of
Celeste?
No, not Celeste. It was a 3D game. It was like an in between AAA game. It was like kind of indie.
Hellblade.
Yeah, Hellblade. I would love the fact that Hellblade won a lot of awards last year. Like that was great because it deserved it too. Yeah.
It's actually good on the Nintendo Switch too. Surprisingly,
I would expect that thing to be trash on the Switch.
I didn't buy it for the Switch, but man, I've seen it live, which means I might.
I don't know. Best RPG, just that really rubbed me the wrong way because I feel like they just didn't even try to award anything. They didn't even try to nominate anything.
All right, let's find the stuff that people played this year. All right, throw it in.
All right, we're not talking about the best fighting game category because we're gonna talk about that on the other podcast. So tune in for that. Best family game. Do you care about that?
Oh.
Okay, let's move on. Now, this is where I was upset. Best strategy game.
Oh.
Age of Wonders, Planetfall, Anno 1800, Fire Emblem, Three Houses. So you decided that it's not good enough to be in the RPG category, but you're going to put it in the category where the games nobody plays? All right, cool. All right. Total War, Three Kingdoms, Tropico 6, and Wargroove.
Now, if Wargroove wins, I won't be upset.
Yeah, I won't be upset either if it wins. It's a good strategy game.
But if Wargroove doesn't win, then Three Houses had better.
It has to win at that point.
That game was great. The only gripe I have with that game is to play each path, you have to do the school thing over and over again. Like that's my only gripe.
That's a small gripe.
It is a pretty small. Other than that,
because you have really big gripes about most things.
Other than that, the game was great. The characters, I feel like, elicited the emotions in me that I was supposed to. The villains of this game were, man. When you have the whole story in front of you and it unfolds after you've played all four paths, that game is great. Now I see why people didn't like the last Fire Emblem game. Because they knew they could do better.
Wait. Are you talking about
Fates, Conquest?
Oh, okay.
Not Fates. Is it Fates?
It's Fates.
Okay, Fates and Conquest.
I thought you were talking about
Awakening?
No, not Awakening. The other one, the remake.
No, not that one. Not that one.
I was gonna say that's a
I'm
good
talking
one.
about Fates and
oh yeah, yeah.
I see why people didn't like those.
Yeah,
because they knew they could do better.
What they did with Three Houses, what they should have did with Conquest and that whole thing.
Yeah, different paths.
Yeah,
in the same game.
In the same.
Instead of some stupid. Like, imagine if this game got broken up into 3 different games.
Oh, I wouldn't have bought it. I would never. I'm not doing that again. That was dumb. The last time they did it, and then the fact that you have to find the true path, which is the Revelations, was so stupid.
Which you can only buy if you have already bought one of the other games.
Yeah, because that's the true path of the game. I'm like, this is so stupid.
Like that could have been the game.
That should have been the game. Because they could have cut one of those games. Could have been cut out. Like, honestly, like I loved playing Ryoma, but his whole game was dumb.
Honestly, I think Fates was the better game.
Yeah.
Even though.
What do you mean Conquest?
Conquest. Yeah,
because it was Birthright and Conquest.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I think Fates was just the whole name of the entirety of it.
But, man, that game was bad-ish. It wasn't the worst game.
It wasn't the worst game, but it wasn't that great.
I could see how people didn't like it because they knew this franchise could do better.
Because they did. I think coming from Awakening 2 was a really hard pill to swallow because Awakening was probably like, it revitalized the franchise. Like, for better or worse, for anybody's opinion, the Fire Emblem series was not doing well for a while.
Yeah.
And Awakening definitely helped.
It was kind of in the dirt.
It really was. And Awakening definitely revitalized the franchise. They're like, okay, people like this series still. We just gotta make good ones or ones people actually like. So, but yeah, this whole best strategy game, it's just like a throwaway, I feel like. I don't know, I just feel like it's not.
I feel like it's going to be one of those things that, you hear about in the middle of commercial breaks.
Yeah.
Those awards, the ones that, this one best action game, and like the ones that don't get a stage.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Do you care about best sports? No, of course not. What? Best multiplayer game.
Actually, yeah. Let's hear this. Let's hear this.
Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and Tom Clancy's Division 2. I want Tetris 99 to win that one. No, free.
I'm not gonna lie, I do too.
Tetris 99 is legit. Like that watching people play that game is so entertaining.
I've played it for quite a bit.
Of course, you love Tetris.
I do. Tetris.
I played you once until this never again. I'm not fit for this.
And so then they tell me I could play the world at Tetris.
I almost made the world joke.
Please.
I stopped myself.
Why?
I stopped myself.
Just let it happen.
No, I was thinking about
let the JoJo's meme.
No. Not the JoJo's you know or love. JoJo's that we all make fun of. The OVA.
Look, I have a love-hate with that. I'm fine with that. Okay.
I was talking about that.
The world!
That Dio. He looked terrible.
Yeah.
He looked popped.
By comparison, he just didn't have his makeup on.
Is that what we said?
Have you seen recent Dio?
And he did?
Have you seen him, though?
You talking about the new anime?
Yes.
Yeah, he looks great.
All right, because he had his makeup on.
He doesn't wear makeup until later.
I'm sticking to that.
Next category, fresh indie game presented by Subway. So let's see.
Fucking what?
Subway is giving an award for an indie game. So AM for Disco Elysium. I was looking for studios. Okay, yeah, it's for studios. So the studio who did Disco Elysium, the one for is it Grice or
Gris?
Gris. Okay, one for Gris. Dead Toast Entertainment for My Friend Pedro. Mobius Digital for Outer Wilds. Mega Crit for Slay the Spire, and House for Untitled Goose Game.
House. I don't even care. House.
Wow. Have they made other stuff inside the Untitled Goose Game?
I'm thinking that's why they have this fresh thing, because they're all new.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, House. Untitled Goose Game was great.
What about My Friend Pedro?
My Friend Goose.
Wow.
I mean, look, Gun Ballerina was cool.
Gun Ballerina.
I don't hate it, but Untitled Goose Game put me in a serene place I've never been in quite some time.
That's interesting.
It's a very good game to just kind of like, if you're an asshole, this is the game for you.
To calm you down?
Yes.
Like a sedative?
Yes. It's relaxing.
Okay.
To be a jerk.
Wow. Okay, so the rest of the awards are for content creators and esports. We'll talk about those on the other podcast, FGCism, which you can catch right after this. So just make sure you're on the lookout, because I have more thoughts. I probably have way more louder thoughts about the fighting game one and the esports stuff.
Even I have thoughts on the fighting game one.
So yeah, we'll definitely get to that. We don't want to spoil that, so just be ready to listen to that one too. All right, so that just wraps up the Game Awards. Overall, they could do so much better.
Trash.
Like, this is garbage. Like, this is like bare minimal type stuff. The RPG category, trash. Like, complete garbage. There's a lot of snubs. There's like a lot of indie stuff.
Missing inclusions.
Like, a lot of like indie stuff got snubbed.
Like, this is all delegated to high profile, and not even every high profile game got in here.
Really didn't.
Like, y'all really put Indivisible. Y'all didn't put Indivisible in here, but Kingdom Hearts 3 got in.
Oh, that's so hard to swallow. Like, that is such a bitter pill.
Like, if there was any year I was just gonna ignore the rest of this and wait for the trailers, it would be this year.
Yeah. Like, I really don't care much about the. I just hope Sayonara and Wild Hearts gets the awards they deserve. They'll deserve way more than this, but I'm gonna hope they get the awards they are nominated for. Hopefully, at least best soundtrack. God, they actually made a real legit soundtrack. that you can listen to on Spotify right now. I'm such a shield.
That's quite a plug.
I'm such a shield for Shadow. It's such a great game. And then Queen Latifah did the voiceover for the narration. God, that game was like life changing for me.
Okay, all right, man.
Like,
I'll play it. All right.
You have to. You love indie games. You are the indie game aficionado. We have a whole section that you write about indie games. You gotta play it.
All right, man. All right. I'll do it. When I get home, that's the first thing I'll do.
Great.
If it's only 2 hours.
It's only 2 hours. It's literally like the length of like a actual album.
All right.
So it's really pretty quick. And you like it has the type of gameplay you like. It's got that old school arcadey type of like stuff.
All right, man. For you, I'll do it.
Thank you. But yeah, this Game Awards, I just want to see the trailers. That's all I really care about, honestly. Hopefully we see some good stuff. Because right now, these awards, the way they structure them is just like self-serving garbage. Death Stranding getting all these award nominations is like, oh my God. They got 2 in the same category for voice acting. Come on now. You try to tell me that nobody had good voice acting this year besides Death Stranding? Like literally? Like nobody else?
I'd have taken someone from Call of Duty, man.
Really? Like, this is Jeff Keighley's like Wet Dream. That's all it is. These are the games he likes and he plays.
Maybe Kojima will notice me now.
Right? Kojima-san. Kojima
Maybe
Senpai.
I too can work at Kojima Productions.
Oh God. Well, at least hopefully get some decent performances because last year they had that DMC Devil Trigger song played live.
I bet you they're gonna be playing Death Stranding songs.
Oh God. Play Sayonara Wild Hearts theme right there, please, Jesus, please. God, they made a real album.
Your rage is so palpable.
Because, man, the soundtrack is really good. If you like synth pop and like pop music and just like a generally good music in general, like it's really good.
I don't know if you need a sound off, man. Like you are not okay over there.
I just applaud games who go outside the grain of just doing orchestral music because I feel like that's every game's like soundtrack. And that gets tiresome and boring. Like every game doesn't need to be an orchestral soundtrack. I'm over it. Sayonara Wild Hearts. If you haven't played it, go play it. Go get it. The way you are about, what's that game?
Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight. The way I'm about Sayonara Wild Hearts. Like I am definitely.
That's powerful.
Like I am definitely team that I need that. Like it's so good.
See, that's powerful. I can appreciate that.
Like that game touched me on so many different levels when I was playing it, and then the soundtrack just got me.
All right, man. All right. I hear you.
That might be my sound off. Just how upset I am. Just the industry is supposed to be awarding companies for doing great work, and it's like they're not awarding the right people. They're just like overlooking so much stuff. Like, what did you play this year?
Well, we already know the industry's broken. We know that.
I mean, clearly Kojima said how dumb we are. We don't get his game. You know, he got awarded like the most for the whole night.
Well, it didn't get awarded everything. Like,
well,
it didn't get best RPG. It didn't get best strategy.
It didn't get best fighting.
It didn't get best multiplayer. You do fight in that game?
Trash.
It didn't get best multiplayer.
It doesn't even have multiplayer.
It does.
Wow.
It's a strain game where like if I build a bridge, everybody can use it.
Oh wow.
That's multiplayer.
They just put Polo Tank Fire Emblem in the best strategy category. They knew they would be. They knew how disrespectful they'd be if they did nominate for something. Like, okay, what are we gonna do? Okay, we can't put it in best RPG because we have all the comments for that. So let's put it in the strategy category. Because I've noticed that certain categories have more nominees than others, so they could have easily put it in the best RPG category. That's not like a cap for like nominees, because some got 6 and 7 nominees in one category, so they can't use that excuse like, oh, we had enough nominees for this category.
Yeah, we know it's trash.
God. All right, do you have anything to sound off about? Because I already sounded off about how I feel about this.
All right, so I actually do, now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
We're going to swing back around to the Google Stadia, right?
All right.
One of their strategies for, I guess, getting more people into gaming is that they are making a gender neutral controller for girls. And on the one hand, that's fine. I'm not sure what they mean by gender neutral. I'm guessing colors. That's fine. But 2 things. 1, why? Why can't you just make controllers? I don't know if they've noticed, but I don't think their service is going to become more popular because they have a white controller with green accents. I don't think that's a thing. I think that they will still sell the same amount as they did before. If girls were in, and listen to that statement. We want girls more interested, so we're making gender neutral controllers.
Stupid. That's stupid. These same people who thought that this thing was a good idea to begin with. So
just make an array of colors, right?
And
just say nothing.
Yeah,
we're making color because it's like the whole Blizzard thing where Tracer is gay and Soldier 76 is gay. It's identification for the sake of it. Like it just kind of trivializes it, you know? It just kind of makes it like a selling point instead of an identity. But outside of that are the people who hear the words gender neutral thing. Why is everything gotta be about gender? Why is this an attack on my manhood? Why are they trying to stop men? This is a man's space. Let men be men.
Not men be men.
Let me flip my steaks on my Stadia if I want to. Why do women gotta have things? What? Women having things? Chill. Relax. Breathe. Because whether you like it or not, women are human. Women have interests. And sometimes those interests are gaming.
Wow. Who'd have thought
it? It amazes me on a daily basis how these nerds are like, I really wish I had a gamer girlfriend so we could play Dota together.
Not Dota.
But the second some girl comes through and it's like, you know what? I really like this game. I like that game. Those aren't real games. Those are just like throwaway games. Oh my God. You don't know anything about this game.
Or they were grilling about the game. Like, so do you play this game? Who's Chun-Li's father in Street Fighter? We know so much about Street Fighter.
Right. Oh, you like fighting games? Name every frame. All of them. Every single frame. Name them. I want names.
I hate you so much in this moment. Why you do name every frame? He said that.
Yeah. Every frame. In every game. If I put up a game, you better know every single frame for every character.
Whew. Okay, I'm back.
You good?
I got this.
So we 2 for 2.
You too, because you doing things I wasn't ready for. I wasn't ready for you to say name every frame. Oh God. Okay.
So I feel like that needs to chill. Like I would love to live in a world, right, where girls can say I like video games, and you say, oh, which ones, and then y'all just play the game together, as opposed to like, oh, Animal Crossing, trash. Relax, man. Not everybody likes visceral gore violence, okay? Not everybody likes Doom. Doom is great, by the way.
Not
saying
visceral
Doom
gore,
is bad.
Not visceral gore violence.
Yes. And then they find girls that are into that stuff, and then like, I bet your aim is garbage.
It's like, does it matter?
What? Why are you catch-22ing yourself?
It's like they want something and they get it. They don't know how to like deal with it.
They don't know how to act.
They don't know how to act.
Like I get it. I as a person who plays video games and would like a gamer GF, I get it. Okay. But you don't always get what you want, and it's fine, man. It's cool.
Like, having someone as a partner that's more casual is not a bad thing.
It's really not.
It's really not. It's actually kind of nice sometimes.
Because, see, Michael can attest.
Yes.
If you get somebody who's just as into it, they start just invading your spaces.
Yes.
They get in your way.
Yes.
They just mess it all up for
They
you.
ruin the experience for you sometimes.
Like, I used to think I always wanted a girl with me that can play fighting games as much as I do. No, I don't. Because then they're going to want to play, and I'm going to play online. I'm going to play different people. You don't want to play the same person for years, man.
Exactly. Like, I've been in a relationship with someone who played almost the entirety of the exact same games I did. That was stressful and annoying. Because if I'm playing an RPG and they want to play it, well, they don't want to watch me play it because they don't get spoiled. So they end up getting upset. Like, why don't you finish this game? Why it's taking you so long? I want to play it too. What's going to take you? I'm like, you can't play my game until I'm done with it. And you get to stuff like that. So, yeah. Casual, someone who's casual is fine.
Meanwhile, I'm playing Street Fighter 5 or something, or I'm playing Resident Evil 2, and my wife is off playing Animal Crossing or Pokemon. And that's fine. We can lay up under each other and play the games that we enjoy together because, I mean, she's much more casual than I am. And that's fine.
Perfectly fine. It gives you escape too, honestly.
These dudes really don't understand what it's like to have an actual woman with them.
Nope.
That likes games as much as them. Y'all wouldn't survive.
Nope.
Imagine if one of them came up to the, all right, you name every frame. And they over here looking like, oh.
Or they get bodied by somebody in a fighting game, or they get someone outdid them in a game they played. Yeah, they wouldn't be there. Their ego wouldn't be able to handle that.
Grown ass man. So, yeah, stop that. And Google, no.
Just stop this.
No. Let's not make a precedent of adding gender neutral to things to appeal to a gender.
That's so dumb. They're trying to appeal to the, like, you know, this, they're thinking that's like this faux, like, woke movement. So, like, okay, we need to be a part of that. So let's use stuff like this little buzzwords like gender neutral in hopes that people are like, oh, cool, they have gender neutral things. This is for me. People aren't that stupid.
Let's make an example right quick. The PlayStation 4 has many colors.
So many colors. Oh,
so many colors.
It's so cute.
One of the recent colors that came out with is a rose gold, which
looks
is just
so good. Why you gotta say ashy pink like that?
I'm sorry, I don't like the title rose gold, but we'll call it rose gold for now.
Okay,
for the sake of the example. I'm sure that's not for me because I think that's more, and I don't know. I don't really care for the color, but I'm sure other dudes would be like, that's a feminine color. Okay. You know what they get to do? Pick literally any other color.
Yeah. Or if you are a guy and you like rose gold, you can pick that color if you want it.
Yeah, if you're a girl and you like pink and you like that kind of color, you can pick that color. But guess what happens if you don't? You can literally pick any other color.
Yeah, because colors for controllers aren't gender specific. I've seen plenty of guys with pink controllers.
And I've seen plenty of girls with black ones.
Yes, plenty of girls with
purple
black
ones.
God, purple's such a good color for a controller.
And I love my controller. I love it so much.
Gender neutral is not something you use for controller colors. Like
because then you're starting a precedent that colors are like gendered. They're not.
They're not.
They're colors.
They're literally colors.
I could see if you're trying to design it differently with like prints or something like that.
Yeah, that's,
but, you know, why you got these aggressive jagged edges for man hands and stuff like that. And you got like the soft touch. You got the velveteen thing. You got like a flower print for girls. That's different. But colors, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You're stupid. And that's why Stadia, that is why Stadia flopped.
Yeah.
I think I'm done for that.
Think you're okay.
I think I went a little longer than I meant to.
That's fine. We had a lot to say. This was a long, lengthy episode. People sometimes want lengthy episodes.
That's fine.
Especially if you're at work and you like, oh, this day sucks. Listen to us rant and talk about stuff. You get amped with us too.
Right. Like, imagine this. And here's your motivation for the day. When you think that you're down, when you think that you just cannot possibly get through the day, remember, Google thought Stadia was okay.
Yep. They really did.
That's a thing.
They put it out to the public to purchase.
When you think you are the dumbest person on earth, Bobby Kotick doesn't see what's wrong with the way he does business.
Yeah.
Take that with you. That's what we're here for. To help.
Yeah.
And to inform.
Yes, we're definitely trying to inform everybody. You got any final thoughts before we wrap up today?
Bloodstained deserved better.
Justice for Bloodstained.
Justice for Bloodstained. That game's incredible.
So good.
And I'm waiting for Nintendo to lie to me. I'm waiting for them to talk about how Shin Megami Tensei is almost done.
Do they talk about that game in how long?
The last I heard about it was just an article saying, yeah, it's still in development. Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
No stills, no JPEGs. Nothing. It's still happening.
Oh. Why would they?
Well, thank you.
Why would they? Like, why would you think they were going to do anything more than that?
You're right.
The fact they announced it is enough. You should just be grateful
like
for
Bayonetta 3.
Oh, don't do that, because they don't say nothing about that game this time, or I'm going to be mad.
Well, that's it for me, folks.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning into this very lengthy episode of the Rush Hour. I'm about to say Rushdown, and I just did.
It's like the Rush Hour and a half.
It kind of is, but I mean, if maybe you're in like a car and like you have like a long like commute to work or something happens, or you're at work and your job sucks and you're like, I need something to pick me up. Hopefully we could be that podcast to help you pick up your week. So thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next episode.